This is the SSNS Broadsword, 7th destroyer of the Southern Shores Navy. Today we will be diving into this ship, from when it was built to when it sunk, and the wars it fought in. Seeing the devastating effect of light destroyers in the War of 1919, the Southern Shores Navy, coming out of their defeat in 1922, were already planning a new type of destroyer. Enough guns to keep smaller ships, like these, at bay, but enough torpedoes to sink, or at least heavily damage, an enemy battleship. Construction of this ship began in 1926. It was finished by 1927 and commissioned by 1928. The SSNS Broadsword, as it was called, was widely considered to be a modern destroyer. With four 4.5-inch guns in a standard ABXY configuration, 4 machine guns for aircraft defense, it was usually considered to be a decent ship. What really set this ship apart, though, is the presence of a dual torpedo tube. Normally, a destroyer would have one torpedo tube, or maybe 2 singular torpedo tubes. But the SSNS Broadsword, to save weight and space, implemented a dual torpedo tube. This effectively gave it double the punch in about the same space as a singular torpedo tube. All of these weapon systems and the ship itself were put to good work patrolling north of Olsen Bay in the War of 1929. On a foggy morning in late 1930, the SSNS Broadsword spotted, engaged, and sunk a Marine monitor. The Marine monitor is believed to have been the HMS Hydra, sent to patrol the waters north of Olsen Bay. Unfortunately for the Marines, she never came back to port the next day, though she did succeed in disabling one of the Broadsword's weapons, at the cost of her turret brutally detonating and the entire ship sinking just minutes later. The SSNS Broadsword was sunk on a fairly calm day in early 1934. She was escorting troop transports that were planning to land soldiers on the Fazeland capital to finally end the Second Fazeland War. Unfortunately for her, the Fazeland Imperial Navy had heard of their plans, and several Swan-class submarines were sent to intercept. One torpedo struck the SSNS Broadsword. 2 torpedoes struck one of the other merchants, and one merchant was still undamaged, though it did end up turning back. The sinking of the SSNS Broadsword was highly controversial among the ranks of the Southern Shores Navy, with many believing the ship could have been saved if sonars would have been installed. The choice to not install a sonar came from the head admiral himself, believing that installing a sonar would ruin the ship's intended purpose as an anti-surface destroyer. The result was catastrophic, with the ship meeting its very fate that could have been avoided. Okay, this is the SSNS Broadsword, right? And this like segment of the video is pretty much the range of its weapons and what they do and how they work and crap. Also note that this was filmed after the main video, so if I sound a bit tired, that's kind of why. Okay, so you have the main weapons here. These have a range of 1.4 kilometers, and they are horrible at shooting any aircraft and or land fortifications, but are perfect against shooting ships. Pretty much, the gun detects how far away the enemy ship is and aims the gun up accordingly. The only thing these guns account for is range, not tilt or literally anything else. That's why they're horrible at shooting aircraft, but good at shooting ships. Don't even try to shoot this thing as a land fortification or something though, because I haven't tested that. Next up are these machine guns, which have a range of 128 meters and only activate after the torpedoes have been fired. They're pretty self-explanatory. They activate if you get too close to them, and they will light your ship up. And then we go to the torpedoes, which is being a bit rushed, I know, but I want to keep the video somewhat short. But yeah, these are the torpedoes. They have a range of 2 kilometers, and once you're detected, they'll guesstimate a torpedo solution and fire after a few seconds. The only way you know torpedoes are coming after you is by checking the map and seeing that there's 2 vehicles headed towards you, 1, or 2, seeing the torpedoes fire themselves. Both of which is equally terrifying and warrants an immediate course change. Okay, that's all from me, and without further ado, let's get into the naval battle! Okay, guys. So this is the part of the video where I try to sink the enemy destroyer. This is like the non-story driven part where like if I get sunk, something bad actually, well, nothing bad really happens. It's just like a fun battle at the end of the thing. See there, look at the over there. Hold on, but I keep getting pinged. Any more good news? I don't have you too sure. Okay. Anyway, back to a super epic battle. There's the enemy ship. Quickly checking map. Set waypoint. 3.9 kilometers. Something like that. Okay. Here we go. Set waypoint now. That's aprox 2.3. If I keep going on this line next to it, the waypoint. When those turn, that means torpedoes are most likely about to be fired towards me. So I do need to keep an eye on that. 2.3. Or you could just visually see the torpedo tube swung out. Crap, 2 torpedoes have been launched. Yep. I'm like, or you could just straight up see the torpedoes being fired. That is not good. Well, fortunately, I noticed that in time, or else I would have ran into a wall of turrets. Honestly, okay, that was almost horrible. I'm gonna fire my own torpedoes. Yep, we're in gun range, I knew it. Okay. See you later. Okay, unfortunately that's not good. Maybe a lapse in judgment here. Hopefully it's not though. Okay, cause yeah, they shouldn't be like able to hit us that well. Come on. Okay, yeah, this machine gun is pretty bad. This is a light destroyer for a reason, and now I'm seeing why. Okay, close the door. I want to check max, make sure I don't run into a torpedo. We could if we turn. We could. Okay, we just straight up dodge shells. We're going to spin around. Here we go. Final approach style. Okay, we've been hit. Come on. Turn the gun. Click. Turn the gun. Come on. No, we couldn't turn it in time. Oh gosh, and they're lighting us up. Oh shoot. That is not good. And the torpedo tube is turned. Everything bad is happening. And they've destroyed. Okay. This is not going well. Okay, well, I might actually lag out from this. Hold on. Okay, they keep getting hits on us. Come on. Okay, there we go. We do fortunately have 4 of these. Of course, they're electrical engines. That is not good by the sounds of things. Of course, they're electrical engines to save FPS on lower end like computers and stuff. Okay, the enemy ships. Okay, it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. It's still shooting at me. I mean, forget about repairing anything before it's gonna keep being hit. Okay, they're firing full broadsides. No wonder we're getting wrecked. Turn turret. Shells should be loaded. Loaded true. Yeah, they're firing straight up full broadsides into us. Come on. Tick. No! Oh, I forgot I put that in there to stop the turret from shooting its own ship. It won't turn past that mark. Okay, that's bad. It means we're going to have to get closer to them. Okay, and if the amount of shelling hitting us is already not enough, dang, that's just bad. Oh, wow, that was a decent hit. Start firing. Okay, but it seems so scripted. Just me casually critically hitting all of their weapon systems is crazy. Okay, well, anyway, Bang. And we'll have at least 2 enemy guns destroyed. Bang. Okay, they're gonna stop us from moving eventually. What's something I can hit? A superstructure or something. Okay, there we go. We're doing heavy damage to the enemy ship. This is why light destroyers are so... Oh, crap. Okay, this is why light destroyers are so deadly, but it's a game, but I'm lagging so bad. This is so bad. No, we're lagging, no. We're gonna be ship. Okay, fortunately it might be sinking. Unfortunately, we are quite literally ablaze here. Come on. Okay, the ship is no longer on fire. Wouldn't be surprised if we... No, that's not what I meant to do. I wouldn't be surprised if we started having flooding about now. Okay. Let's see here. No way, no way. Wait a second. Hold on. No. No way. Hey, it's all pixelated and stuff. Oh, we're gonna have to get way closer to check out. One of our machine guns is shredded. Look at that. Our shots must have been critical enough, even though we're a destroyed mess. The only reason we're floating is because we're moving, I'm pretty sure. Well, look at that, folks. Enemy destroyer going to the bottom. Up, it's floating back up. Probably a buoyancy thing. Doesn't matter. There we go. Look at that thing. Come here. Nobody likes you. I don't think my pistol is gonna do anything. Just imagine this video gets flagged for showing that. Anyway, the gun is turning. Yep, it's sinking 100%. I just gotta make sure of it. Okay, we're loaded. It is loaded. Turn the gun. Friggin' heck, we can't shoot. Okay, well, I'm not gonna extend the video this long. You guys can just take my word for it. We beat the enemy destroyer with a light destroyer. In this universe, a torpedo boat and or destroyer escort is like, this thing is a light destroyer, right? And, I mean, this is pretty much just a torpedo boat destroyer / destroyer escort, but this thing is a light destroyer in this world. So yeah, put that in the newspaper. Light destroyer successfully defeats enemy like normal destroyer. Insane. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.